And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to New Taipei City for this Group B fixture. The first window of Group B indeed here in BCL Asia East between our hosts, New Taipei Kings, currently undefeated at the beginning of Group B, as they'll take on the Broncos of Mongolia. Well, if you are just joining us again, this is where all roads begin. In this window for Group B, the road indeed is to go to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. And as it is the first window, our hosts will play everybody in the group. They've already defeated High Tech Basketball Club from Thailand, as well as Android from Singapore. But can they remain undefeated here in the opening window of the 2025 BCL Asia East? Well, if you are new to this competition, a total of 8 teams across 2 groups, 24 games, 5 windows, and a Final Four to decide which 2 teams will indeed book their tickets to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, it's been a magnificent window live here in Xinzhuang Gymnasium in the heart of New Taipei City. Chinese Taipei proven to be a magnificent host here for international basketball. And seeing as we have 2 teams not only from Chinese Taipei, but also Mongolia, well, the domestic basketball scene out here is terrific. While in Mongolia, it is known as the League. Tonight, the Broncos, currently domestically in a 2-1 series lead against their rivals, that being Bishop Metal, who did lose the other night. But now they can set their sights as they return to BCL Asia. But it's a different format this year. Last year it was known as the qualifiers. This season, it is BCL Asia East. Well, we are going to get set to introduce the key players of both these 2 teams. We'll introduce the referees and then quickly glance at the starting 5s of both New Taipei Kings and the Broncos. Well, these fans have been greeted and treated some excellent basketball. The next window will be taking place in Thailand very shortly in a few days. And then we'll head to Mongolia for the 5th and final window. And there will be the 2 top teams in Groups A and B that will solidify their positions in to the semifinals. Well, the Final Four, I should say. Well, Broncos coming into this tournament with a lot of expectations. They've made some key signings this season. One of those players is international experienced player Jordan Tolbert, who's been, so far quite a powerhouse for them. The other key signing is Jordan Chimanga, originally from Canada. Of course, the man who did play his university basketball at both Nebraska and Dayton, Ohio. Well, there's Chimanga there, along with Jordan Tolbert. The other import player they have also signed is Ian Miller. Now, Miller comes with a wealth of experience at age 33, because he's played all over Europe for some top teams, with the likes of Cholet Basket in France, Prometheus Patras and Peristeri in Greece. But tonight, well, his sights are going to be set on BCL Asia East to try and lead one of the top 2 teams in Mongolia's league to go up against one of the very best in Chinese Taipei's TPBL, and that is talking about the New Taipei Kings. Well, New Taipei Kings winning their first 2 games, and it's fair to say the amount they won by does show what a great team they are, but they're one of those teams that does take a while to get into the rhythm of any game. Well, there is the man who did win the Player of the Game award the other night. Well, he has been terrific. Su Pei Kai. And there, of course, is Chris Johnson, the former NBA player that did represent both the Portland Trailblazers and the Boston Celtics. Well, who could take away from Michael Afibara? Of course, one of the key go-to players for this team. And, many of the fans here in Chinese Taipei give him the name Kobe. Well, Shu Seung-ju, of course, like his teammate Hong Chirshan, who was the captain of this team, did feature for Chinese Taipei in 2013 when they had that infamous victory against Yi Jianlian, Wang Zhizhi, and the Chinese national team. And even at their stellar age, 39 years young, still playing at a very elite level of basketball. Well, Chinese Taipei basketball, they've qualified for the FIBA Asia Cup. Their goal now, can they get a team to qualify for the 2025 BCL Asia? That tournament will take place between the 9th and the 15th of June, this at the end of all regular seasons of domestic play. As now the players head to their benches for their final words, and we'll get set to introduce the 3 referees for tonight's game. Well, we're very proud to say we have 3 of the very finest. From Korea, we have Lee Kyung-wan. From Bahrain, we have Assalam Mohammed Hassan, and from India, we have Imran Ali Baig. Our technical delegate and commissioner for tonight's game is the great Kim Byung-gun, and a big thank you and a shout out to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job in all of our competitions, and they'll continue to do so here tonight in the BCL Asia East. First window of Group B, third one in total. Well, it's the opening game for the Broncos. They were here last season when it was known as the BCL Asia Qualifiers, but now it's a new system, very much more competitive with the new additions we've had so far. And it's going to be a big test for the team who, you know, they'll tell you they're #1 in Mongolia. Bishop Medal, well, they may say something different, but all we know is we have two magnificent basketball teams from an upcoming basketball country in Mongolia. Well, we'll take a look at the starting lineups here for Broncos. Well, Ian Miller will be in the starting lineup along with Jordan Tolbert. Otgan Batar along with Enk Batar will also be in the starting lineup, while Sandar Dork will also make up the final position as the power forward. Well, one thing for them is transition defense. As we've seen with New Taipei Kings, they like to get out in the open, and they play a very effective, tedious, and organized style of play. So for Broncos, if you can maintain the tempo, try to prevent as many fast break points here on the road, I don't see why they can't compete for a victory tonight here. Well, the coaching staff, Coach Arianbold Erdene, a lot of expectations. Many fans from Mongolia have made the journey here tonight in Chinese Taipei, in New Taipei City. Of course, it's quite a long journey to go from Mongolia all the way here to Chinese Taipei. But hey, that just goes to show the passion of the game. Definitely flying high in that part of the East. Well, Su Shishuan will be in the starting lineup, and the return for Jason Washburn did win the Player of the Game award in their opening victory, while also Lu Tsung-ju and Lee Kai-yen. Michael FIBA will also be in the starting lineup, and I would imagine he's going to be the go-to option. And I just wonder, will he be the big focal point on the Broncos coach on stat report, excuse me, or scouting report, I should say. Coach Ryan Marchand started his coaching career here in the East of Asia, working in the Vietnamese Basketball Association, where he was briefly coaching the Nha Trang Dolphins, and now finds himself here in Chinese Taipei. His assistant coach, Thomas Wisman, former Japanese national team coach who worked many years in the B-League. Of course, most recently with the Guma Crane Thunders. Both teams getting ready for action. Final words of inspiration from their coaches. What would be the final message for the Broncos? Opening game for them in the BCL Asia East. Of course, it was a magnificent moment of history when the Mongolian national team actually qualified in the pre-qualifiers for the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. What better way to put Mongolian basketball on the map than to make it to the 2025 FIBA BCL Asia? Well, now moments away from tip-off, there you can see the Mongolian fans, the fans here live in Chinese Taipei, ready for the final game in window number 3. Remember, BCL Asia, a total of 8 teams, 2 groups, 24 games, 5 windows, and then a final 4 to see which 2 teams will make it and qualify to play against the champions of Japan's B-League, Korea's KBL, China's CBA, Philippines PBA, as well as 2 of the very best from the FIBA Vassal. Well, the one thing that goes in favor of New Taipei Kings, the depth in this team goes very far. Jason Washburn didn't play yesterday because we got to see exciting play from the great Sani Sakakini, who is inactive tonight. But Michael Afibera back in line. He's played in all the games so far for New Taipei Kings. Well, they know what they have to do to win. And if it's one thing about New Taipei Kings, it usually takes a quarter or 2, but they adapt to the tempo of the game and then they run away with it, as we've seen in the opening 2 games. But now they're up against an opponent that nobody has seen so far here in BCL Asia East. Well, fans, to all of our basketball fans watching live here in Chinese Taipei, Nimen Hun Hao, Zhao An, Wu An, Wan An, welcome everybody. Wan Ying, Welcome to Chinese Taipei. This game in New Taipei City as we're ready to get things underway. What's going to be Tolman jumping this one with Washburn. Tip is up and Tolman, well. Slight illegal tip there by Tolman. So New Taipei Kings will get the first possession. We can already see Miller trying to get up in the face of Michael FIBA. And that's going to be one thing for the Broncos. They got to refrain from getting into early foul trouble. And as mentioned already, Mongolia's professional domestic basketball league is simply known as the league. There was quite a bit of awareness raised when one of the teams who actually lost to the Broncos in the playoffs was the team of DeMarcus Cousins, former NBA superstar. It's now New Taipei Kings. They'll get the first possession. FIBA looking for an ISO. Good defense coming from Miller. Final seconds. FIBA now has got to force this up at a 24-second violation. Well, that's one way to begin a game, especially when you're defending the first play in the case of the Broncos. Well, no time to panic whatsoever. We've seen that for Coach Marchand. He knows what his team's capable of. Broncos trying to get the first play. Miller on the baseline. Goes for a kick out. This is good bowling. Now they get an open three. It's up, but it's not going to go. With the 50-50 full in the hands of Miller now. He'll fire a three. Still can't get it. New Taipei Kings. Hugging the sideline now with Michael FIBA. Denies the screen now. Pull up for a three. Well, he came out like a house on fire in the last game. I think if you compare the depth of these two teams, Broncos may fancy slowing down the tempo of this game. Broncos going to a dribble handoff. And Denny going for a tough fadeaway. But an offensive rebound. Didn't hit the rim, so Miller's got to go quick. Miller bumps, goes in, avoids the block, but no foul called. And now here come the Kings. Both teams still scoreless here in over a minute play in the first quarter. Trying to go baseline. Patiently waiting for a ball screen. There's a kick out. Now's a three in the corner. It's up. Well, they're getting good looks. And remember, it's the third game already for New Taipei Kings in this window. So one thing for them, they're going to have to battle through the fatigue, no doubt about it. Now going for a handoff. Almost 2 minutes played. No one's got a field goal, but that could change right here. The three is up, and it's good. And the Mongolian fans, Zugir, Zugir, baby. Well, they definitely like that one. Oh, it's also interesting. Some of the Bishrel Metal fans are also in the building, considering the rivalry between those two. And now Lee Sung too has had his inconsistencies from the three-point line. Broncos. Almost 2.5 played. Only one three-pointer separates these two teams. Miller denies the screen. Baseline. Oh, baby! Zugir, Zugir, baby! Well, Miller with the dime. Tolbert. The rest was inevitable. Something New Taipei Kings haven't been accustomed to so far here at BCL Asia, and it didn't take long for FIBA. Well, just like he needs to do tonight, as he did the other night, he's got to get cooking early. Miller left wide open, misses last three. Dad just can't get the right angle. And now here come the Kings. Washburn goes. Oh my goodness! Shesheni, one arm, baby. Are you kidding me? Well, Washburn completely washes up the defense. And now both teams locked in at 5 apiece. Tolman picks up his dribble, finds Miller. Another kick out, another three for the Broncos. A little too strong. And that's going to go back to the New Taipei Kings. Well, Miller on the ground. This is not a good sign at the moment here for the Broncos. Can't quite see what happened on that play, but hopefully it's not too much of a concern for him. Well, He's one play they cannot afford to lose, and we talk about, you know, not getting into foul trouble, but if one of your import players gets fouled at this stage, that's not a good sign for the Broncos. They've got to play through this. And now New Taipei Kings looking to take the lead. Now trying to go here with a FIBA, but a foul's been called. Well, the foul is going to be called on the ground against the Broncos number 25. That is on Binderia Sandagura. Just a slight little reach in it. You know, many players are going to find it tough to defend. Michael Afibra, sideline possession coming up to the Kings. Suit looking for the handoff. Finds Lee. Bumps in the lane, goes in, turns it over. And now here comes the Broncos. Miller pulls up mid-range. Washman's hand. Simply nothing but net. I'll say it again. Zugir, baby. And now Lin Chun-Tzu. He'll fire a three. It's on target, but he just... I mean, they're good looks. He's got to keep taking them. Lin Chun-Tzu, one of the top players, experienced players here in Chinese Taipei. Broncos leading. Well, Tobin went for a post-up. They don't get the ball to him. And now Adene penetrates, goes in, gets rejected. Well, what a block by Washburn. And now here come the Kings. Washburn goes in, coast to coast. Kwaidianla. Well, first he went down with a block and said, "Jisha Wudafangzi." And then he went down the middle. Well, that's simply incredible play by the big man. Now the baseline penetration. Tobin can't finish. Good defense. Well, here come the Kings in transition, but it's going to be a turnover. Now with 4:50 to go. Well, they've got to learn to take care of the ball. It's simple as that. Well, Big Baby checking into the game. If you remember in the last game, I mean, Big Baby's got bunnies. Threw it down with a one-handed dunk after Mystery's first one. A double change coming in for the Broncos. So coming into the game for the first time, Barispol Batar Dene. So subbing in is Ikbayar Chulu Batar. Trying to vary up the backcourt variations now for the Broncos. Both teams locked in at 7 apiece. Miller curls the screen. Still no foul call. And now here come the Kings with the Broncos fighting back for it. And finally, a foul's been called. You can hear these sarcastic jeers coming from the Mongolian fans. Well, what I love about the Mongolian basketball fans, yes, you have the Broncos here tonight, but you also have Bishrel Metal fans who have stayed to watch as well. And those two, they're fierce rivals in the league in Mongolia, but right now, it's about having the national basketball pride being represented. Miller now looking to penetrate. Nowhere to go. Well, it's going to be another careless to keep this one alive. And now the Kings come up with it. While Michael Afriba takes the three, can't finish. Big Baby with a rebound. Afriba down the middle. One-legged fadeaway goes in. Well, Aljo Buchenla. Are you kidding me? Second time, no problem from Michael Afibra. Two-point lead to the Kings. Solon posts up, got it by Big Baby. Tries to bully his way in. Goes in, simply too big, too strong. And Tola's just too dominant. Well, that takes a lot because Big Baby's one of the best post defenders, post-interior defenders here in BCL Asia East. Well, that's a foul, no arguments. Foul is on Binderia Sandagdor. Well, checking into the game for the first time tonight here for the New Taipei Kings, number 24, Captain Hung Chushan. It's a legendary player for Chinese Taipei, and now Big Baby. San Big Baby. Are you kidding me? Well, what can Big Baby not do? Well, Big Baby, Wang Po-Chi, making the three-pointer. Big time play. Another penetration by the Broncos, but a foul has been called. Well, that was a penetration. Penetration by Batispal Batara Erdene. So free throws coming up. Well, this would potentially cut it down to a one-point ball game, but checking into the game for the first time, Canadian international Jordi Chimanga. First free throw converted. Putting it down to 1 point. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Broncos right now trying to hang with the new Taipei Kings. The very best team in Chinese Taipei's TPBL. Well, and now FIBA senses the mismatch. And there are the late, great Kobe Bryant comparisons. Well, that is why they call it the Chinese Taipei Mamba. 7 points. He's got 50% in total of what the new Taipei Kings have here in the first quarter. Quick three here for the Broncos. Unable to convert. Chris Johnson just subbing into the game for the first time. Well, now FIBA hesitates, pulls up again. You can understand why he went for the quick shot. The confidence in Michael FIBA is terrifying. Tolbert now doesn't take many threes. This one goes up. Chimanga unable to get the offensive board. And now here come the Kings. FIBA down the middle, goes in, count finish. And now Broncos going quickly. The ball didn't touch the ground. Showtime, Mongolian basketball by Akhlad. Ball hung, being heavily defended. Now trying to work a pick a Papu of Anderson. FIBA, corner, takes it. Chinese Taipei's Mamba. He's got 10 points. He's on fire already. Making it now a two-possession ball game for the new Taipei Kings. The foul has been given. Well, one thing new Taipei Kings will want to ensure, they remain undefeated like their rivals, the Taoyuan Paoyuan Pilots, who do play here in Chinese Taipei, but in a different league known as the Plus League. Respect to both professional organizations, and we're lucky. Wow. Batispal got away with an elbow there, but play continues. Trying to find Chimanga. And a foul's going to be called against the new Taipei Kings. Let's have a look here. It's on Big Baby, I believe. So it's only going to be a baseline possession. That is the fourth and final team foul against new Taipei Kings here in the first quarter. Chimanga got it by Big Baby. Good defense, but simply better offense. Well, the big man from Canada showing the textbook post play. Hung tight at Johnson. He'll pull up for three. Hand in space. No problem. Zaijian, bye-bye. Well, Chris Johnson, one of the big parts that he's developed in his game. You know, you go back to 2011 when he played in the NBA for the Boston Celtics with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. He was never a perimeter shooter. As Broncos unable to hit a three. Foul committed. New Taipei Kings will get it back. FIBA getting the rebound and drawing the foul very quickly. Well, Big Baby having to help out. Finds Hung. Big Baby down the middle. Oh my goodness! Oh my Lord, Big Baby. Big Baby, don't do that again. Chimanga Zukir, baby. Bayaklad. Well, Big Baby trying to teach a lesson. Chimanga took that personally. Well, here's Big Baby. Jayo, come on, Big Baby, you can do it. Chimanga said, no, sir, don't you dare. And then down the other end, that is what we call Zukir, baby. Well, things getting a little bit heated here at the moment. Something's happened, I'm not quite sure. Well, the referees have calmed things down, no doubt about it. Eight seconds difference between game and shot clock. But now it's down to 10 for the new Taipei Kings. Well, the referee's getting involved quickly, trying to calm things down between Chris Johnson and Chimanga. And Jordan Tolbert just going over to his teammate. Let's say, hey, we got this. Relax, we don't need to get into this now. Let's play through this. Sideline ball. Now only 4 seconds difference between game and shot clock. As the FIBA trying to dribble this down. There's a penetration by Chen, and a foul is going to be given. So free throws coming up for the new Taipei Kings. It's a nice little Euro step, actually. So going to the free throw line, Chun Nen here for the new Taipei Kings. 2 games he's played, he's averaged 7 points per game so far here in BCL Asia East. He's unable to hit the first free throw. 5.9 to go here in the first quarter. Potentially a 4-point lead coming up for the Kings if he can make this free throw. And he does just that. Well, Miller coming back into the game for Tolbert. Probably to put the ball in his hands for this very final play. Remember, Kings don't want to foul. You don't want to send Broncos to the free throw line. Miller gets it inbound. Goes behind the back. Will they get a 3 off in time? It's up, but they don't make it. And that is the end of the first quarter, where indeed new Taipei Kings lead this one by 4 points against the Broncos of Mongolia's The League. Well, we're going to show you some key stats, and then we will run down the best highlights here from the first quarter, where indeed at the moment it is actually a 4-point lead, 21-17 in favor of our host, the new Taipei Kings. Well, they can see new Taipei Kings currently 4 for 9 from the perimeter. Both teams 9 rebounds apiece, but Broncos slightly better with 2 offensive boards. I mean, nothing to really separate apart from the 3-point shooting. 5 assists, 2 steals. And now we'll take a look at some of the top highlights here from the first quarter. Here in the Xinzhuang Gymnasium, live in New Taipei City of Chinese Taipei. Lin Sanity alongside Sani Sakakini and his teammates, watching as their team leads by 4 points in their 3rd game in the first window, Group B of the FIBA BCL Asia East. Well, it will be first possession to the Broncos to begin things here in the second quarter. As now here, Broncos trying to get something quick. Finding Tolbert. Tolbert bumps, goes in. Way too strong. What a finish. Well, maybe slight suspect of a push-off there, but hey, it's a physical game. Johnson. Foul's going to be called on the ground, so no free throws coming up. We like how both teams really trying to force the issue inside the paint, specifically with the new Taipei Kings. I mean, they've got the size advantage. So it's going to be a baseline inbound. Able to get inbound to Washburn. Washburn trying to post up. Double coming over. Somebody's wide open. Well, they go in the corner. Hung. High release. Three is up. Three is good. Made that the fifth three for the new Taipei Kings, extending their lead to 5 points. Well, trying to break the defense, goes in, nice move, but he can't finish. Second chance points are going to be tough here for the Broncos. So they have to heavily rely on improving that three-point shooting. Miller. Quick pull up from three. Banks not open. Johnson with a rebound. And now here come the Kings. Washburn, Eurostep, goes in, misses a layup. But the offensive rebound falling into hands. Well, it's another turnover. Broncos have numbers. Avoids a block. Are you kidding me? Well, that is the Zugir movement. What a layup. Avoiding the block of Chris Johnson. Washburn spins, goes in. And it's just back and forth between these two teams. Broncos down by 5. Fakes the three, goes in, but he is just becoming lethal. Attacking the bucket, and he avoids the blocks. But look how quickly new Taipei Kings get the ball up the floor. 2 more free throws again coming up for Chun Chinen. Well, that's one thing about new Taipei Kings. You make mistakes, they'll make you pay. But if you still get things right, they still make you pay. They get out in the transition so quickly. Well, Captain Hung Chishan going to the bench. He'll take a breather. Back at the free throw line currently for new Taipei Kings. Chun, who in my mind has been such an intangible player this evening. Converts both free throws. All change coming in for the Broncos. Sarul Erdene Enkbatar is early in the starting lineup, so just re-entering the game here at the moment. 5-point deficit. Broncos definitely looking much more level in terms of competition against new Taipei Kings. Miller. Finding Tolbert. Tolbert attacks the defense. Almost turns it over. Final seconds. They go for 3. Way off the mark, can't get it. But they'll get another crack at it. Miller pulls up. 3. Just can't finish. And now here come the new Taipei Kings. One more pass in the corner. 3 is up, and the fans just said, Chan Chi Lai, stand up. But now they have to Zuosha, sit down. Well, you know when the new Taipei Kings 3 goes up, it's Chan Chi Lai and then Zuosha. And another turnover for the Broncos. Well, the Mongolian fans definitely loving the occasion tonight, and a timeout's going to be called with 6:52 to go here in the second quarter. So far, new Taipei Kings with their biggest lead of the night of 8 points, and it's been their terrific three-point shooting that's put them in front. Well, you got to give credit to this man. This is Barispod Bataradene. Not the first time he's attacked the paint, and just finishing with no fear whatsoever. With the unselfish play Fans 站起来 now 坐下 Welcome back, basketball fans. Live here at the Shinjuang Gymnasium, live here at New Taipei, Chinese Taipei. We've had both groups A and B here in BCL Asia East. And so far, it's been a terrific display of basketball from the teams of both the Plus League and the TPPL here in Chinese Taipei. Johnson now looking for a handoff. Supei Kai now turning it over. Miller now looking to attack. Well, they've got to find buckets. They don't want to go into a double-digit deficit going into the halftime break. Tolbert defended by Washburn. Oh, going for a tough jumper, can't get it. Miller makes one pass. There's the pump fake. He's made one three, and the threes just won't drop. And now here come New Taipei Kings. Well, Johnson down the middle, one pass. And oh my goodness! One on, Zaijian. Bye-bye. Washburn just threw that down with authority. Big time play, of course. Miller kicks out. Final seconds are on the shot clock. The foul's gonna be called again. Supei Kai.
Number 2, Supei Kai.
Well, they gotta find something. Tolbert spins baseline, trying to muscle his way in. Just cannot deal with the defense of Washburn. Going for another three. Kings come up with it. Now looking to push. Washburn down the middle, but going to slow this down potentially to get into a good half-court set. It's been terrific now. The fadeaway goal baseline. Chris Johnson, simply automatic. Well, Johnson, Shed Chung. Mr. Johnson, right now, proven to be clutch Johnson. It's going to be a backcourt violation, and the defense simply suffocating. Broncos choking under intense pressure at the moment. So 1 to 5 minutes to go. Chimanga's going to come back in. Slightly smaller lineup coming up here for the Broncos. Washburn being heavily defended. Now finds Supei Kai. Almost gets his pocket pick. Now turns it over. Finds Tolbert. And the foul's going to be committed. And a bit of a brotherly love. He just says, hey, Guga. He just said, hey, Didi. It's okay. Go away. A bit of brotherly love. You got to appreciate it. Respect from both players. Tolbert quickly from 15. Chimanga, offensive rebound. Goes in, simply too big to handle. And the big man from Canada, well, he's got to continue to get more offensive boards tonight. They need more points in the paint. Washburn trying to go for Seeloff. Good defense by Tolbert. And now Broncos. Got to get the ball over the halfway line. Tolbert helps out. Chimanga got it by Johnson, but a traveling violation. A tough one. Have to see the replay of that one. Tough one to say the least, but still a 10-point ball game in favor of the new Taipei Kings. Well, that was a poor foul to give away because, and it's the right call. But the problem with giving a foul away, I mean, they were going to get him to go into an 8-second violation. That's the first one. That's the second one. Well, pick which foul you like. But again, Broncos persist to put out more pressure. Chimaga kicks out. Washburn's made a few threes in this window. He's unable to convert this one. And the Broncos cut it down to single digits going into the halftime break. Supei Kai's defense smothering the Broncos backcourt. Tolbert trying to go for a deep pass, but intercepted by Washburn. New Taipei Kings looking to break. Well, FIBA back in the game after much rest. And a foul's going to be called. And that's going to be the fourth and final team foul against the Broncos here in the second quarter. Let's have a look at the replay. It's definitely a reach in for sure. Well, here's the mismatch. FIBA now go for a one-legged fadeaway. And the Broncos at the moment just stacking up fouls. And the official just giving a polite reminder to the captain, Tufchin, Devador, just to say, listen, calm down. Let's not get too overreactive here. Well, the last thing the Broncos want now is to pick up any technical fouls. They got to play through the adversity. But the simple fact of the reality is they're up against a very good team in New Taipei Kings. And remember, these two teams will meet again when we head into the fifth window. Now, the next window will be a joint window in both Singapore and Thailand. But the final window before the Final Four will be hosted in Mongolia, where both groups A and B will be there. So this is the first meeting for both the Broncos and the New Taipei Kings. FIBA makes the second one, 11-point lead with 3:20 to go here in the first half. Oh, no foul. It's going to be a delay at the moment. Now the officials need to come together. Well, from one angle, definitely looked like a travel. But a jump ball is going to be called. And I think because of the indecisive decision, they've called a jump ball. This means it will go back to the New Taipei Kings. Just over 3 minutes to go. New Taipei Kings leading by double figures. Trying to get the ball over the half and just avoiding the 8-second violation. Broncos no fouls to give. FIBA turns it over. And now here come the Broncos. Down by 11. Have a wide open three. And Dene, corner. Can't get it. Chimaga battles. Goes out of bounds. And New Taipei Kings will get it back. Well, a timeout is going to be called by Coach Ryan Marchand of the New Taipei Kings. His team lead by 11 points at 2:45 to go. We're trying to go down to his bench to hear what he has to say to his players. And so far, it feels like they're weathering the storm here in this window, the BCL Asia East. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Shinjuang Gymnasium in New Taipei City, where at the moment New Taipei Kings lead by 11 points in their third game in Group B here in BCL Asia East. Well, as mentioned, 2 groups, 8 teams, 24 games, 5 windows, and then a Final Four to decide which 2 teams will qualify for the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, if you want to know the big difference in this game so far, it's been the 3-point shooting, 6 out of 12 currently for New Taipei Kings, only 1 out of 14 for the Broncos. Broncos now look like they're trying to match up. Can they make 3, number 7? Not going to go. And a foul's going to be called against New Taipei Kings. The foul is on number 72, Lin Li-Jen. Let's have a look at the replay. It's pretty cool. I mean, it looks like heavy collision coming from Broncos player Sergelen Otgon Bartar, but the truth is, he had the positioning. Tolbert in the corner. Finds Chimanga. Chimanga jumper, can't get it. Good defense by Washburn. Well, Washburn's defense has been suffocating tonight. The New Taipei Kings now with under 2 minutes, but they turn it over. But can Broncos convert this? Tolbert looking to go the way, but kicks out. 3, number 2, finally, 2 out of 15. And that cuts it down to an 8-point deficit. Well, it's their second 3. It's also his second 3 tonight. Sarol Erdene Enkpatar. That cuts it down to single digits. Washburn down the middle. Tried to go for the drop, can't get it. Chimanga with a rebound. And now the Broncos looking to build on the momentum. Tolbert with a seal-off. Nowhere to go here. Another 3. That goes out of bounds, and that should go to the Broncos. You got to credit both bigs. I mean, Chimanga is just renowned for getting offensive boards, and Washburn's doing everything to keep him away from second chance points. Well, the timeout's going to be called by the Broncos. His head coach, Erdene Ariembold, will talk it over with his players. They trail by 8 points. 1:50 to go here in the first half. Opening game for the Broncos here at BCL Asia East. Well, after making their second 3-pointer, the Broncos definitely feel like there's a little bit more confidence in their play. And with 6 3-pointers converted by New Taipei Kings, that has been the monumental difference in this game. Washburn going to the bench, he'll take a breather. In my belief, Washburn has been the New Taipei Kings' best post-interior defender. But now that's going to be down to Chris Johnson, Sani Sakakini, Jeremy Lin, and the New Taipei Kings players who are inactive tonight, enjoying the game. Oh, he was wide open, didn't go for it. Chimanga now going for a post-up. Pump fakes, goes in, can't finish. Battles for the offensive rebound. They come up with it yet again, still can't finish. As Tolbert chases it, and a foul's gonna be committed. And that's the final team foul against the New Taipei Kings. Well, the Mongolian fans, I can tell you one thing at the moment. They are just appreciating the hustle. New Taipei Kings defense has been fantastic so far. Can it remain perfect? There's the pump fake. No foul called. Chimanga offensive rebound. Finally gets the putback. Well, they almost turned it over. Lee keeps it alive. Kicks out. Another three. Failing to secure the offensive board. The Broncos come up with it. Now they can finish. Alley-oop. And the 2 points are going to count. There was a foul called, actually. No, a foul has been given, I think. So 2 free throws coming up for Jordan Tolbert. Now the reason that is called is because Lee was within inside the restricted area, and he wasn't the primary defender. Tolbert makes the first free throw. That cuts it down to a 5-point deficit. 23 seconds left. New Taipei Kings will indeed get the final shot here in the first half. Sub coming into the game, while both Hung and Liu, who were members of that Chinese Taipei national team in 2013, defeating Wang Zhizhi and Yi Zhen Lian, who were prominent NBA Chinese players at the 2013 FIBA Asia Cup. So veterans in for the final 23 seconds. New Taipei Kings have hit 6 3-pointers. Could they go for a 7th one before the halftime break? Breaking down the full court pressure. Because now they put the ball in the hands of captain, but they'll go back to FIBA. Corner, finds it, 3, takes it, can't get it. They come up with it. Final seconds. Chimaga doesn't get it off in time, and that is the end of the first half. We're after leading by as many as 13. New Taipei Kings' lead has been cut down to only 2 possessions. And while the Broncos have only made 2 3-pointers, it's been their belief, their resilience, and their defense that's got them to where they are. But remember, we've got a whole nother half of basketball to play. Well, we're going to leave you with the stats, and then we'll show you the top highlights here from the first half. And at the moment, New Taipei Kings lead this one by 4 points. There you can see the 6 3-pointers converted by New Taipei Kings. Only 2 out of 7 for the Broncos. But indeed, it's been look at the rebounds there. Broncos, 10 offensive boards. If you think convert more of those, you're going to be winning this game. It's going to be a huge difference. Well, there you have it. We'll leave you with stats, highlights, and we'll return in just over 14 minutes. Well, hello and welcome back to New Taipei City. We're live here in Chinese Taipei for this final game in this window between New Taipei Kings, who lead by 4 points, against the Broncos of Mongolia's Basketball League. Hello, everybody. Josh Bett calling this one live. The final game of window number 3. A total of 5 windows. One Final Four, 8 teams, 24 games to find out which 2 teams will qualify for the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Well, currently, indeed, it's been the home team that have led this one to perfection, but slight comeback from the visitors. They have done a magnificent job so far. It's been their defense, but the one area of development, they've got to convert 3-pointers. Only 2 out of 17 at the moment here for the Broncos. Well, many fans rocking in the building live here at the Xinjuang Gymnasium in New Taipei City. Question is, can they come back? That is going to be the key thing. Opening game for the Broncos. We've already had Bishrelt Metel of the league in Mongolia. Unfortunately, they had a very tough game against the undefeated Taoyuan Payan Pilots of Chinese Taipei's Plus League. But that could very much change here in this game. Well, again, hello, welcome, BCL Asia. All roads began in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, in which we said 2 teams will go up against the champions of the B-League, the PBA, the CBA, the KBL, and the FIBA Vassal. Well, Broncos want to go to Chimanga. He's been tough for them in the paint. Chimanga's post move simply unstoppable. Captain Fantastic, Captain Canada. It's been too much to handle, that's to say the least. Well, Chimanga trying to keep it in bound. New Taipei Kings, they turn it over. Now Broncos can tie the game up, maybe take the lead. Well, there's a 3. An offensive rebound for the Broncos. Something they've dominated in this game, but another 3. And make it number 3 for Broncos. Bayakla Zugir, baby. Well, the one area where you've got to, give a little bit of credit to New Taipei Kings, this indeed is their 3rd game in 4 days. Something they're not accustomed to. But it's going to have to be a big test here for the team from Chinese Taipei. Broncos lead by 1. No foul called. Suffocated defense, but they still retain it. Well, they go for another 3. Oh my goodness! Zugir, baby! And a timeout's going to be called by the New Taipei Kings. Incredible scenes. Well, the Broncos have come out hitting 2 3-pointers after only making 2 in the first half. Well, let's listen now to head coach Ryan Marchand to hear what he has to say.
It's nothing fucking new. It's nothing fucking new. Something the fuck up.
Well, it started with Chimanga in the paint. The man is just too dominant. I don't think there's going to be any post player that's going to be able to defend this man. Well, Jody Chimanga, originally from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Of course, went to McDuffie School in Massachusetts, then went to the University of Nebraska, then Dayton. Spent a brief bit of time in the NBA G League with the Cleveland Charge and the Wolves. Because you have to remember, with Jody Chimanga, he played here in Chinese Taipei for the Kaohsiung Steelers in the Plus League. Well, here we go. The timeout's been called by Ryan Marchand. His team down by 4. And if it's one thing we've seen from the New Taipei Kings, whether it's in BCL Asia East or whether it's in the TPPL, is they never panic. But it's great to see the competitive edge from the team currently leading the Mongolian League's finals 2-1 against Bishrelt Metel. Broncos in his own defense. Oh, deep 3 coming from FIBA. Nails that one. Mamba, the Chinese Taipei Mamba. That cuts it back down to 1. And he's 5 of 10 for the field tonight with 14 points. If you're a neutral fan, you'd like to see this go right down to the wire. Chimanga again trying to go for a post-up. Another 3 here for the Broncos, and that's not going to fall. And now the Kings can reclaim the lead. Well, FIBA made his last one. Unable to hit this one down. Well, trying to go quickly in transition. Recovery defense excellent from the new Taipei Kings. Here's where Broncos want to slow down the tempo. Patiently build something. Well, Chimanga, big man, why not? The former Kaohsiung Steeler. What can Captain Canada not do? Born in Montreal, Quebec, but now dominating here in Chinese Taipei. Broncos defiantly staying in his zone defense. Well, nice hands, but he misses from point-blank range. Chimanga running down the middle. And that's going to be an unforced turnover. Just when the Broncos were about to build more momentum. New Taipei Kings will get this one back. Well, how to break this zone defense down. New 2-2, they'll fire a three. Unable to connect. Broncos lead by 4, now looking for their biggest lead of the game. Another three goes flying. Chimanga battles in. Offensive rebound, too big, too strong. Simply just too dominant. Well, new Taipei Kings just going coast to coast, and what a finish. Well, that is Lee Cayenne. Well, Lee Cayenne just went the length of the floor after getting the outlet pass and pulling up from 15. Still a 4-point lead. Chimanga trying to post up. Another three goes flying. Tolman battles. And they're unable to keep this one alive. Goes out of bounds. So new Taipei Kings will get it back. Well, some coming into the game, so leaving the game currently at the moment here for the Broncos is number 11 captain, Davador Mukutrin, checking back into the game. Hank Batad, who did hit two early three-pointers in the first half. Almost 4 minutes played in the third quarter. Kings down by 4. Now coming up for a double. Washburn finds Hung. Hung coming off one screen. There's a little pick and pop. Washburn simply tucked away. An easy basketball by the new Taipei Kings. Cutting it down to only 2 points. Broncos trying to break down the physicality of the new Taipei Kings. Chimanga with a mismatch. Finds Tolman. Almost fumbles it. Final seconds, and it's going to be another turnover. And Tolman probably should have gone up with that one in the paint. Well, Miller coming in for Tolman, just to give them a bit more stability here in the backcourt. They're going to need something big from him here in this third quarter. Another change, so re-entering the game for the Broncos. Sandador Binderia. Washburn's got a mismatch, but Hung can give him the lead if he makes this. Buries the three-pointer, and just like he did against Yichen Lien at Wangzhou in 2013 at the FIBA Asia Cup. Now gives the lead to the new Taipei Kings. Miller, pump fakes. Got it by Su. Chimanga waiting for the ball screen. Wants to take on Washburn. Goes in, can't finish, but the follow-up. And that is where the Broncos have been dominant in this game. They have simply dominated the offensive rebounds. That's a great move by Chimanga, but this is what you want from your backcourt. Well, the Broncos tonight, 29 rebounds in total. 13 of those have indeed been offensive boards. Free throw missed. It's actually 14 offensive boards, my correction. That was the 14th one. Well, both free throws failing to capitalize. As the adrenaline worn down for the Broncos. Can the new Taipei Kings battle through the adversity? Third game in 4 days. Su pick and pop. Not looking for an ISO. Washburn, 3. Moves down by Chimanga, but now here comes Miller. Hugs the sideline. Miller looks to attack. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Chimanga down the middle. Goes in. Misses from point blank range. And now New Taipei Kings have numbers. Trying to push. Finds a FIBA. The Broncos have got to anticipate he's going to go around the screen. FIBA in around the defense. Can't finish. But Broncos don't have the numbers. Oh, little Euro step. Unable to capitalize, and that should have been an easy 2 points. But now Miller, deep 3. And the shortest player on the court, getting the 15th offensive rebound for the Broncos. It's Bold, refusing to give up on that play. Another 3, flies. And make that offensive rebound number 16. Chimanga going for a post-up. In around the defense, scoop hoop. Magic play there by Chimanga. Well, he's been terrific tonight. 17 points for Chimanga. 1 rebound away from a double-double. Washburn with a seal-up, goes in. That's way too easy. Well, that's something the Broncos cannot afford. If they're going to switch on bull screens, someone's got to come down and double quickly against Washburn. Miller being heavily smothered on defense. Pulls up from 18. Just can't drop it. Another offensive board. Oh, make that number 17 here for the Broncos. Miller attacks, finishes. Well, there's not quite much the New Taipei Kings could have done better. But it goes back to the Broncos with just now under 2:30 here in the third. Dribble handoff offense, now culminating in a bull screen. Hung made his last 3. Pump fake, step through, another one. And a foul's gonna be called. Well, the Mongolian fans, let's have a look here. I mean, it's a 50-50. You can understand why it's called. It could have gone the other way. That's a tough call. It's a tough call, simply. But a triple change coming in for the New Taipei Kings. Lou Washburn will be going to the bench. Johnson Lin checking back in along with Lee. Trying to find a FIBA. Goes baseline. Hangs in the air, can't finish. Trying to get his own rebound. And now the Kings. Boom. He's made 1 3 here. Makes another one. Roll back the clock. 2013 FIBA Asia Cup. Quick 3 for Broncos. And that's probably not a good shot. And even Tolbert is asking, why take that one? A FIBA. He'll fire 1. And again, Wade with 3s. Well, Chinese Taipei fans, I'll ask the question. Jidianla, Shensai, Michael a FIBA time. Well, where they were down by 4, now they lead by 5. New Taipei Kings definitely have turned this around very quickly. And a timeout by the Broncos. Let's listen to that bench. Welcome back, basketball fans. Live here in New Taipei City. Third window of the BCL Asia East opening window for Group B. New Taipei Kings turning this around here in the third quarter, leading by 5 points, looking to remain undefeated here in BCL Asia East. Next window will be going to both Thailand and Singapore. And the final window before the Final Four will indeed be in Mongolia. Tolbert looking to attack. Finds Miller. Miller goes baseline. Bit of contact, no foul called. Well, a foul has been called. So free throws coming up for Miller. 1:40 left, a chance to cut this down. That's a good call. It's a good call, and it's the right one. So Miller at the charity stripe. Well, Miller makes the first free throw because he's played in some of the best European basketball leagues. Played in Greece, France, also played in Turkey, also played in Lithuania. For a line violation. Boom steps in the lane, so it's going to be another free throw coming up for Miller. Chance to cut it down to a 3-point deficit. Second one good. 100 seconds left here in the third quarter. Bit of full court pressure coming from. Well, goes out of bounds. Tolbert just putting his hand in the cookie jar, but it will remain to the new Taipei Kings. Kings will want to have a bit of momentum going into the fourth quarter. Still zone defense exhibited. Both teams have fouls to give here in the third. 7 down the shot clock. FIBA going from no man's land. Falling into the hands of the Broncos. Well, they've hit 3 crucial three-pointers here in the third quarter. Another one would tie this game up, but they want to go for the best shot. And a foul's going to be called. Well, a foul indeed is called against Lee Kai-yen. So that's a third team foul. Only one more to give with 1:06 here in the third. Trying to get the ball inbound. Now we're into 10 on the shot clock. Trying to find Miller. Miller fires a 3. It's up. And his struggles still continue tonight from the perimeter. The Broncos have some fouls to give. Well, Lee in the corner puts him in glass. Tough contested shot, and Miller trying to push this. Miller hangs in the air again, touches nothing. And I think he was anticipating a foul was going to be called, but that's good defense. Lee, as a runway, goes in, misses the layup. Well, a barren spell, and now Broncos can't have the final shot here in the third quarter. Tolbert can tie it up. And another offensive board. And now they have the final play. Miller pulls up for a deep Hail Mary. And why? Because now you give new Taipei Kings the final shot. No look time, but it's going to culminate in a turnover. Boy, you can see physical, mental, and emotional fatigue definitely settling in those final 2 minutes here in the third quarter. But as it stands, new Taipei Kings will hold on to a slender 3-point lead. Well, we'll take a look at some of the key stats so far here in the game. 10 three-pointers converted by new Taipei Kings. 2 of them coming here in the third quarter. Broncos much better from the perimeter here in the third, but still a very abysmal 16%. But they still dominate the rebounds, while the assists going in favor of new Taipei Kings, but 9 steals to the Broncos. It really is the three-pointers that just separates these two teams at the moment. Well, we'll take a look at the key highlights here from the third. The Shinjuang Gymnasium in New Taipei City. We are in the heart of Chinese Taipei, where basketball is simply a national obsession. Well, these fans have definitely enjoyed the occasion, as so did the Taiyuan Pilots fans. Both teams have been excellent so far. Remember, this is the opening window for Group E here in PCL Asia East. Well, it will be New Taipei Kings with the first possession. Washburn sets a hard screen. Johnson. Tolbert, good defense. Comes up with a steal. Broncos now come up with it. Down by 3. They won that third quarter by a slender 1 point. Now Chimanga. Trying to go for a post-up against Johnson. And simply just dominant. Well, big man bringing back the old school back to the basket post play. Oh, what a finish. Are you kidding me? Jundaba. How on God's green earth did Lin Chimpang avoid the block? That was very deceptive. Broncos now down by 3 still. Almost turn it over. It'll be their ball on the baseline. 4.3 left on the shot clock. Tolbert's got to think about shooting it quick. No time left. Hail Mary. Well, Tolbert wasn't aware, and now New Taipei Kings can push. There's the gamble. Goes in. The foul has been called. So free throws coming up here for New Taipei Kings, leading by 3. Well, they could actually extend to a 5-point lead. I think the foul is not actually on Chimanga. The foul indeed is on the captain of the Broncos, Davidor Muktuvshin. First free throw converted. Well, Insanity along with Sakakini enjoying the occasion tonight. What's interesting, that's only the 8th free throw attempted tonight from the New Taipei Kings. 6 out of 8 this evening from the charity stripe. 5-point lead. And now look for a post entry. Chimanga almost turned it over. Goes out of bounds, but Broncos will retain it. 7 here on the shot clock. Well, they don't want it to happen in the last play where they took too much time. Tolbert's got to make something happen quick. Again, it's very reminiscent. It's almost deja vu, but it's another offensive board. Broncos go for another 3. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good. 2 offensive rebounds in 1 play. Well, good ball movement. Washburn left wide open. He's not going to pull the trigger. New Taipei Kings only lead by 3. Time winding down. There's the penetration. Oh my goodness! 1 on. Sheshani, baby. Well, they forgot about Washburn. Just patiently waiting inside the paint. No illegal screen call, but a foul on Chris Johnson. And that's going to be New Taipei Kings' first foul of the 4th quarter. Well, the blocking foul is called against Chris Johnson now. Well, that's where the New Taipei Kings fans are going to ask the question. Should an illegal screen have been called, but those are tough ones. Those are tough ones. I think they're going to review if this needs to be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. Not the illegal screen, but the foul committed by Chris Johnson. Where's the foul? Well, it's tough to see from this angle because we only see it from here. It just depends. Because we can't see, does Johnson go for a reach? That's the big question. Well, we're gonna see what they've... Oh, wow. Unsportsmanlike called. The upgrade was made. So what this means, it's gonna be 2 free throws for the Broncos, and they'll get the ball back. Well, it may have just been a moment of frustration because, Chris Johnson's not that kind of player. You ever get a chance to meet him, he's the most valuable person. May have just been a miscalculated moment of frustration, but Broncos at the free throw line. Well, Erdene Barisbold will take the free throws. Makes the first one. Second one good. Tonight, 80% collectively as a team. They're 8 out of 10 from the charity stripe. Sideline ball down by 3. Broncos led by as many as 4 in the third quarter. But New Taipei Kings, the resilience, trying to hang on. Tolbert, now got it by Johnson. Quick 3, up, ties the game up. Well, he's had his struggles, and indeed he levels things up tonight. And Tolbert almost steals it, but New Taipei Kings keep it alive. Washburn down the middle, kicks this one out. Tolbert reaches, Chimaga baseline, can't get it, and the rebound secured by the Broncos. And now they can reclaim the lead. Chimaga trying to seal off. Now in the middle, against Johnson, simply unstoppable by Jordy Chimaga. 21 points tonight. New Taipei Kings need to calm things down. They don't need to rush anything. They've trailed already this evening. Tolbert, good defense, but that's going to remain possession to the Kings. Oh, it's a great game, but here's the reinforcements. Michael FIBA coming back in the lineup. FIBA subbing into the game. Checking out of the game for the New Taipei Kings is Lin Chunpang. Well, Michael FIBA, as always, has been their top player here in the BCL Asia East. Tonight he's got 17. 6 rebounds to go to his name as well. FIBA off the bench, pump fakes, ice cold. You just need a big rebound by Washburn. Now FIBA pump fakes, fades away. This guy is cooking. Tatai Tuofan Lancho. Well, he's cooking the basketball. Left, right, and center. Both teams locked in. Just over 6 left. Another kick out. And it's going to be a traveling violation. And good defense by the Kings. I ask the question. Jordan Tolbert goes for a post-up. They don't get the ball to him at the double block. We clearly had a mismatch. And that is where the backcourt of the Broncos. You've got to know where your bread and butter is. Or as they would say here in Chinese Taipei, Mian Bao Cai Na Li. It's inside the paint. Well, now the lead can be regained here for the Kings. 4 minutes played so far here in the fourth quarter. Final 6 coming up. Still a high 3-2 zone exhibited by the Broncos. FIBA at the high post. Will he go through a traditional high-low play? Oh no, FIBA fire a 3. Unable to get it. And finally the Kings get an offensive rebound. Something they've clearly struggled here with this evening. Washburn. Time winding down. And a foul's going to be called against FIBA. And that might be the first time New Taipei Kings play panic basketball. I've just seen one Mongolian fan has just made a comment. Yes, very well aware. And you know what's interesting? Mongolian basketball is a rising market. And that's not down to any player going to that country playing. That's down to the national team going through the FIBA Asia Cup pre-qualifiers. Showing on the international stage, especially courtside 1891, that they could compete. But yes, I'm very well aware that DeMarcus Boogie Cousins played in the league. and was eliminated by the Broncos. Chimanga, another offensive board for the Broncos. Another three goes flying. Zuki, baby, by Eclar. Well, where they struggled to make a three in the first quarter, they make a crucial one now, and a foul's going to be given. Five minutes left. Broncos lead by 3. New Taipei Kings, they need cool, calm, and collected basketball. And Ryan Marchand's going to call timeout. Well, what an atmosphere we've had here this evening at the Xinjiang Gymnasium here in New Taipei City. Third window of BCL Asia East. And if you're new to this competition, 2 groups, 8 teams, 24 games, 5 windows, and indeed a Final Four. Well, we'll go down to the bench to hear what Coach Marchand has to say.
So I go down and I wait. No, you're just going all the way through. Full speed. And make sure that you get Hey!
Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Xinjiang Gymnasium in New Taipei City. 3-point bowl game. New Taipei Kings have led by as many as 13. And now they're being tested by a very determined, very hungry, I should say, in the way they're playing, Broncos of Mongolia. This is the FIBA BCL Asia East, in which, as we mentioned before, 2 teams by the Final Four will book their tickets to the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Sideline ball coming up to the New Taipei Kings. They've hit 10 threes as a team this evening. Washburn with a seal-off, and it goes out of bounds. And it's another New Taipei Kings turnover. Well, New Taipei Kings defense just needs to be resilient. And a foul's got to be called. Well, I think this one's going to be called against New Taipei Kings team captain, Hong Chushan. Sideline ball coming up to the #1 team, who do have the lead in the league finals in Mongolia. And if you want to know who their opponent is, well, it's BCL Asia East rivals, Bishrel Metal. Chimanga now trying to go baseline. Reverse slam. This guy simply is playing for 3 letters. MVP. Well, he's too much to handle. Too dominant, too big, too strong. May be. Oh, Washburn avoids the block and again had to put the correct negative parabola on that one because Chimanga was getting ready to play volleyball. Well, great move by Washburn. Tolbert isos, goes in, and again, just taking over. 4 minutes left. New Taipei Kings defense. Right now, no time, they almost turn it over. But they're going to keep this one on the sideline. Well, change coming in for the Kings. Subbing back into the game, number 13, Lu Tsung-Tu. So taking a breather for the Kings, number 3, Chun Nen Chen. Well, you know one thing. This has got to be the most exciting game of this window, because I don't know if it overtakes the game that we saw in the opening BCL Asia East window in Malaysia, where Taiyuan Payan Pilots defeated NS Matrix Deers in a double OT game. Well, they need Michael FIBA to get going. FIBA got it by Tolbert. 2 pump fakes, gets closed out. Nails that one, big time shot. Cutting it down to a 3-point deficit. Kings hanging in there. Broncos now. Where they have struggled, indeed, has been the backcourt. Trying to go for an ISO. Tough play, can't get it. Chimaga offensive rebound goes in. And one by Aklar. And again, one more time. Zugir, baby. Incredible play. Well, you had your last donut. Nobody called box out. Captain Canada. But can he convert the three-point play? Unable to do so. And Kings survived this one. Just over 3 minutes left. We know it's gonna be big offense here from pump fakes. Now getting another handout. Nice pass, finds Washburn, goes in. And he is keeping this team in the game. Well, he's become Mr. Reliable. That's a huge play by Washburn. He's got 18 points tonight, Washburn. And again, they go to Chimaga. Chimaga turnaround. This time doesn't get it. Good defense by Washburn. Kings don't need to rush anything. But you know the way a FIBA plays, his confidence, he's thinking about that three-pointer. Now attacks me, turns it over. Well, the foul's been given. And one. Zugir, baby. This man, not once, not twice, but Bazball has gone coast to coast. And he's got a tattoo on his arm. And that tattoo is simply down the middle, and it's Zugir, baby. What a finish. Under intense pressure. 2:14 to go. What a ending we have. And if you were here in the first half, you would have thought when the Kings were leading by 13, they were gonna run away with this. But there's still time left. No need to panic at the moment. Three-point play converted. Biggest lead of the game for the Broncos. Kings need something. And a foul's gonna be committed. And that's gonna be the third team foul for the Broncos.
Broncos, number 6, pushing foul. Substitution, 双方请求换人。
Well, 2:07. Chris Johnson back in the game again. No need to push the panic button here for the Kings. They just need to be cool, calm, and collective. Well, they have taken Washburn out of the game, and you know, in my mind, well, Chimaga comes up with it. Here we go, here we go. Zugir, baby. King Chimaga. Well, now makes it an 8-point ball game. And as great as the new Taipei Kings have been in the first 2 games, this is the learning curve for them. Welcome to BCL Asia East. And that's not to take anything away from them. A fantastic team, great players, a magnificent organization, and they play in a terrific domestic league, the TPBL here in Chinese Taipei. But now they're gonna learn that the competition is gonna be tough here in BCL Asia East. Well, we'll return momentarily from this timeout. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the Xinjuang Gymnasium in New Taipei City. Third window of the BCL Asia East. The journey began in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. 8 teams, 2 groups, 5 windows, and then a final 4 to decide which 2 teams will book their tickets to play against the champions of Japan's B-League. Korea's KBL, China's CBA, the Philippines PBA, and the two top teams of the FIBA Vassal. And that is the 2025 FIBA Basketball Champions League Asia. Still plenty of time left, 2 minutes. No need to panic, but Kings have got to stop turning the ball over. FIBA in around the defense, no foul pulled. And Broncos come up with it. And now you see New Taipei Kings putting on a full court pressure and just avoid the 8-second violation. No need to rush anything here in the moment. Chimanga now counted by FIBA. Oh, throws it right to Chris Johnson. Kings now time is winding down. Johnson goes behind the back. Johnson turns it over. Well, it looked like it was going to be a spectacular play, but in the end, just not meant to be. That was something the Kings definitely had more of than, that is indeed, their 17th turnover. They've had 7 of those. Chimanga 15, and the man who played for the Kaohsiung Steelers in the Plus League comes back to haunt his former rivals. Just a terrific game of basketball tonight. 27 points, 7 rebounds, and Tolbert says one more time, Zugir, Zugir, baby. Incredible scenes. And that might just do it. And the reason this 12-point deficit is monumental is because if these two teams get tied on the same record, head-to-head would probably go in favor of the Broncos. Remember, the next time they'll meet will be in the window in Mongolia after the window in Thailand and Singapore. But still, I would say New Taipei Kings would probably be one of the favorite teams to finish in top 2 here in Group B. We've already seen them go up against High Tech Basketball Club from Thailand. We saw them emphatically defeat Android from Singapore. And I'm telling you one thing, when these two meet again in Mongolia, it is going to be one wild ride. But the one thing the Kings can do right now, New Taipei Kings, at least get one more offense, trying to cut it down to either a 10 or single-digit deficit. The Mongolian basketball fans have enjoyed the occasion tonight. Well, patiently trying to wind down the clock. Don't want to get called for a turnover here. And a foul's going to be given. Well, Tolbert trying to get the visiting Mongolian fans who made the long journey here to Chinese Taipei. And what I find so amazing, there are Bishrelt Metal fans in the building, and they are also showing their appreciation and support to their rivals in the league. The league is obviously the name of the domestic basketball championship in Mongolia. And those two teams are in the finals right now. It's a 2-1 lead in D2, the Broncos. Of course, if you've ever seen DeMarcus Boogie Cousins, former NBA superstar, and having known that, he also played here in Chinese Taipei briefly, but played briefly this season in Mongolia. It was the Broncos who knocked him out of the playoffs. Well, Boogie Cousins, if you're watching, I think everybody knows how you feel when going up against this Broncos team. Big Baby tries a 3, can't get it. Chimanga, another rebound. And that's his 8th rebound tonight. Well, history tonight here for Mongolian basketball. Bayaklar, Zugir, Zugir, baby. Broncos will win this one. I think an 8-second violation may have been called, but maybe still a little bit of time left on the court. Still a bit of time, so players will have to go back to the bench. Well, the reason that was called because there was an 8-second violation. So the Kings will inbound it, and there you have it. Congratulations to the Broncos of Mongolia. They'll win this one 68-81, or 81-68, excuse me, over the New Taipei Kings. New Taipei Kings, unfortunately, will not remain undefeated as they fall to the team currently with the #1 record in the Mongolian Basketball League. Well, I'm going to go courtside very shortly to meet with the game's player of the game, and that indeed is Jordi Chimanga. What an amazing performance from him this evening. 29 points, 8 rebounds. He led his team to a big victory over the heavy favorites here in Group B, the New Taipei Kings. Well, we're going to leave you with stats, some big highlights, and then we'll have the courtside interview with Jordy Chimanga. Congratulations to the Broncos. A Mongolian team has come to Chinese Taipei, and they'll head home with a huge victory. Well, again, fans, I'm going to leave you with the stats now. I'm going to head courtside to meet with the player of the game. So stay with us live on the FIBA YouTube as I will be speaking with Jordy Chimanga, the player of the game. Well, I'm courtside now with the player of the game, Jordy Chimanga. 29 points, 8 rebounds, dominant performance. How much does it mean to you and your team to get an opening victory here in BCL Asia East?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, I just joined the team recently, and they've emphasized over the last few days how important it was for their program and the league to get this victory. So I made sure I came in like them, ready to play and help them.
Now, new Taipei Kings, very good team, of course, very tough defensively, but you didn't seem to have a problem tonight. Where did you know the success was going to come in the low post?
I just followed the game plan the team gave me. I played to my strengths, and I trusted my work.
And to all the fans back home watching in Mongolia, what would be your message to them?
Much love, and thank you for keeping supporting me, and let's win some more games.
Player of the game, Jordy Chimanga, thank you very much, my brother.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Well, there you have it, the player of the game, Jordy Chimanga, a terrific performance, simply too dominant to handle, and bringing back that old school flavor of basketball back to the basket post play. Well, don't leave us yet. We are still live on FIBA's official YouTube platform, and we're going to go to the post-game press conferences where we will indeed meet with both coaches and players from this game. But again, Zugir, baby, a big victory for Mongolian basketball here tonight. Join me later at the press conferences. There are your standings here in Group B of BCL Asia East. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the post-game press conference. BCL Asia East matchup now with the winning coach and player Jordi Chimanga of the Broncos of Mongolia. We had an opening statement from both player and coach, and then just time for quick questions. Coach, congratulations. Terrific win for your team. How much does it mean to you to get, your first international game as a coach and win here in BCL Asia East?
Yeah, firstly, thank you, Lord. And it was a sort of tough game. And for me, this is the very first time working with the international tournament as a coach. Then really congratulations for our players. The second, thank you for the Taipei Kings team. It was a so tough game.
Thank you, Coach. Jordi, dominant performance, as we said already in the post-game interview with you. I mean, it's almost like there wasn't a defensive answer for you, but, just quickly here for the press conference, your thoughts on this game from you and your team?
It was a good game. We started kind of a little slow, but then we ended up picking it up, and really thankful for my teammates to finding me early. New player coming in the team, and I really appreciate them for welcoming me and just getting me right in the mix.
Thank you, Jordi. Any questions from the press for both coach and player? Gentlemen, congratulations. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back here, post-game press conference with now head coach of New Taipei Kings, Ryan Marchand, and player Michael FIBA. We'll have an open statement from both player and coach, and then questions for the press. Coach, tough one tonight. You guys were in control. Just your overall thoughts on how this game went out for you guys.
Yeah, and we know that, they're in the middle of, their finals. They're in, peak shape. But they just really bullied us on the glass. We refused to box out, collectively as a group. And, you mix that with the turnovers, the 20-plus extra shot attempts, you're not going to be able to win many games like that.
就今天这场比赛，对方当然他们在一个很巅峰的状态，他们正在打他们的冠军战，所以他们的状态非常非常好。但就我们来说，我们就是没有卡位，不卡位，然后我们有18次的失误，他们比我们多出手了21次，这样的比赛非常难获胜。
First of all, Michael, good job tonight with 19 points. I mean, offensively was great, and I know you probably would definitely prefer the victory. But what do you think you guys will learn from this game going into your next games?
I think we learned to just not underestimate anyone. They came out with definitely a championship effort tonight, and we matched it for the most part. But like Coach said, too many turnovers, missed box outs. We just got out-rebounded, out-physical. So, we just learned we got to play a lot stronger, especially when we go there. We're playing them at their home court. It's going to be even tougher than it was tonight. So hopefully we'll be ready for that challenge when it comes.
好的，所以就是这样。麦克说我们要学会的就是我们不可以太低估对手对方是完全带着一个冠军队的气势来跟我们去拼这场比赛。然后就像他也提到，就像教练说的一样，我们的失误，然后跟我们没有卡位的地方，也是对我们造成很大的伤害。所以我们下一场比赛，尤其是我们在对方的主场跟他们打的时候，只会更辛苦。所以我们一定要准备好这场比赛，就去跟他们去拼这场比赛。
Any questions for both coach and player?
Well, I'll answer them backwards. Being tired is not an excuse. There might be some guys that are tired, but they had to travel. They had to travel and come here and perform. So it's no excuse for us. 4 and 5 if you count our other league game. So that's the easy route out if we want to make the excuse. As far as the other local players, we kind of have a unique mix. We have some young guys who are trying to get some experience, and we also have a couple vets that are trying to get ready for the playoffs. So being able to mix some of those guys to be able to learn and grow a little bit, I think is good. And it's nice seeing those guys be able to grow and just be ready situationally as we lead up into the playoffs.
首先，教练先回答就是打4天3战，这不是一个借口，对方也是需要飞很久的时间飞过来，所以其实体能上绝对不会是一个借口所以绝对就是我们必须要再准备好去打这样子的比赛。那就是我们谈到就是我们队上就是这场可能这几场比赛都是用很多老将跟年轻的新秀在年轻的球员在打，那其实这是很好，因为年轻球员他们是为了要争取更多的时间，也争取更好的表现。那对于很多的老将来讲，对他们就是要调整状态，可以备战季后赛。那当然这样的组合在例行赛不常见可这个对我们来说都很好，可以让年轻人表现机会，也让老将有个调整的机会。
Any more questions from the press? Gentlemen, thank you very much and all the best in your next games.